If you're a prepper, I'm sure you've already got a bug out plan in place. My question to you is, have you thought it through, and is it really going to work in the situation that you're preparing for? Hi folks, Van Prepper here. As I asked in the beginning, have you really thought through your bug out plan? I get comments on videos all the time that indicate to me that there are a lot of people out there preparing solely for bug out. They have no other plan. And when you watch some videos or read certain articles, there are people that are planning to bug out to distant locations. I'm talking hundreds, if not more than hundreds of miles away from them. Is that really practical in an SHTF situation? Sure, right now you might be able to easily travel to that bug out location. The roads are clear, you're not being beset by marauders. There are a lot of things that you can do now that you're not going to be able to do come SHTF. This really was inspired by a comment by a friend of mine that really got me thinking, you know, is your bug out plan practical? Does it make sense? And is it going to be something that's workable come SHTF? And when this person was mentioning that, I kind of got thinking about it, and maybe some of the things I had thought about were not. Even a distance of under 100 miles may not be practical. The reasons being that you and I can easily go travel right now, well over 100 miles in a day, and have no issues whatsoever. Come SHTF, things are going to break down very quickly. Let me illustrate this to you with a story that my brother told me, how fast polite society breaks down. He came up to a railroad crossing and the lights were down. Now, it was a malfunction. There wasn't actually a train coming. And he said that it was only about 10 minutes before police arrived. But within that 10 minutes, people already were going crazy. They were screaming at each other. They were honking their horns. Some people were jumping out of line and crossing the railroad tracks, you know, despite the fact that the gates were down. And people were just, he said they were melting down. And it really brought home to him how quickly things can change. Our polite society is a facade, and come any kind of emergency situation, you're going to have people who cannot deal with any disruption in their normal lives, and that's most of the people in this country. And stuff is going to go from, as they said in Zombieland, from normal to total shitstorm, just like that. And you're going to see that. Now, with that in mind, when you have your bug out plan in place, right now you may be able to travel long distances easily to go set up your bug out location, to scout it out, to do all those things. But come a real SHTF situation, are you going to be able to do that? Are the roads going to be passable? If the roads are passable, how many other people are going to be on that same road trying to get away from their situation? How many of those people are going to have ill intentions and be looking to take advantage of people? You may have to abandon your car and end up walking or hiking, and that may seem like an easy thing to do. I can hike 100 miles right now. Not that big a deal. The problem is, come SHTF, hiking 100 miles isn't going to be just out for a hike with your pack for 100 miles. There's going to be people, as I said already in this video, all around you that are looking to take what you have, because once polite society breaks down, and it's going to happen fast, in a real SHTF situation, people are going to be scared, and they're going to be desperate, and they're going to do what scared and desperate people do. They're going to panic. They didn't have a plan in place, and suddenly taking what you have is the only plan they see that's going to work for them. So this video is just to get you thinking. I'm not telling anybody how to prep. I'm not telling you don't prep for bug out. Everybody should have a bug out plan. I'm not telling you only prep for bug out. I think only prepping for bug out is asking for a disaster if that's your only plan. I'm not telling you where to make your bug out location. I'm just asking you to think. Prepping, folks, is not one size fits all. Everybody's in different situations. I would not expect the guy who is in a remote location in the deep south with no neighbor within 5 miles of him to have the exact same prep or bug out plan or plan in place at all as the guy who lives in the inner city in a metropolitan area. As I said, prepping is not one size fits all. It's about figuring out and fine-tuning what is going to work best for you and give you the best chance to survive and to thrive come a real emergency situation. You've got to figure out what's best for you in your situation and adapt your prepping plan to suit that environment that you're going to be in. I would love to hear what you guys think about this, either in comments or video responses. Love to hear what your plan is and if you agree or disagree with me on this. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Van Prepper. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, Tumblr, and of course right here on YouTube. Stay safe, be prepared, and happy shooting, everybody.